these tips come from various parts of sort of alternative medicine, holistic health practices. So today we're doing reflexology, acupressure, Qigong, essential oils, and some breathing techniques. And we're going to do all of that in 30 minutes or so. So first point, reflexology. Reflexology is a wonderful method for working with trigger points in your body. They work with meridians. So if you ever had acupuncture done, it's a little similar to that, little bit like massage and acupuncture and acupressure blended, but its own modality, its own method. So today we're going to start with the palms of our hands. Okay, so when you look at the palm of the hand, you've got this circle right here, and that circle it triggers the solar plexus. So the solar plexus, if you are familiar with that in the chakra system, is this area right here between the breastbone and the belly button, right here. That area stores a lot of emotion. It's traditionally considered to store a lot of emotion. So it's not surprising that working points with the solar plexus will help give relief to you. So, but what you do is with your thumb, you're going to make a circle kind of below the bony ridge here. You're going to make a circle counterclockwise. And you're going to do that up to a couple minutes. And you want to apply medium pressure. Okay. Doing this counterclockwise on both hands. And you don't want to press so hard that you're bruising yourself or anything like that. You don't want to create, more trouble. Just a nice medium light pressure. Okay. And then switch to the other hand again. The other hand again counterclockwise. And while you're doing this, taking some deep breaths. Nice breaths. Okay. Okay. So that's one hand, or one technique. The next, we're going to hit some acupressure points. So acupressure is related to acupuncture. It works with the meridians in the body. If you're not familiar with this, a lot of this comes out of sort of ancient Chinese medicine, and it is connected to the energy system that runs through the body. So there's a whole lot of science and wisdom behind this tradition that I can't get into in a 30-minute video. And I'm really only beginning to understand. What I do know is that I've found it super effective in my life and the life of the people that I work with. So acupressure is not needles. It's using your fingers or something that can apply pressure. Usually your fingers on points in the body that will trigger release. Okay, so, or maybe it stirs up energy, depends on the technique and the point. So we're going to start with the wrist. So if you go about 3 fingers down, right there in the middle, it's called the inner frontier gate point in traditional Chinese medicine. That point, you can press it gently for about 4 to 5 seconds. Take a deep breath. Exhale and gently release it. So don't pop your finger off. Just kind of release it gently. And you can do that on both sides. Both sides. Okay. And that's an easy one to do when you're in a meeting. Fantastic if you're nervous, like you're going to stand up and speak, and instead of listening to what other people are saying, you're kind of playing things out in your head and you're getting a little worked out. That is a fantastic tool to use in those situations. You know, I don't get anxiety anymore, but sometimes still get a little nervous, you know, speaking in front of groups. Not a lot. I do it often enough, but every now and then, maybe didn't sleep well that night or something. So that is my go-to, like, whew, quick reset. Okay. So then the other areas that we're going to focus on are up on the forehead. Okay. And there are a lot of different points on the body, a lot that you can use to achieve similar results. These are the ones that I've used that are easy to access for most people. And I've found them to be super effective. And a lot of times what you find on the hands, you will find there's very similar maps on the face, on the feet. So yeah, let's talk about the 3 points on the forehead. Okay, so the first is right here between the eyebrows. And this point is something that you can press on and massage for a little longer if you choose. You don't want to bruise yourself. So, you know, you don't need to like press super hard, but press so that you feel it. And you can kind of massage that area gently. Okay. And when you're doing this, really just settle, soften yourself, take a couple breaths, deep breaths down to the belly. Bring that breath all the way down out of your upper chest. Let your belly soften like nobody's looking. Just let it kind of hang out. And breathe down into the belly with the exhale, expanding the stomach, and the inhale, expanding the stomach out, and also the chest kind of out and open, like a flower opening. And then on the exhale, it contracts. Okay. So that's one spot on the forehead. And then the other is, so with 2 fingers, you're going to hit the pituitary and pineal glands up here. And those, you want to just press and massage those for maybe 30 seconds, breathing. Okay. Wonderful. The pineal gland is connected. So it's the third eye. If you're familiar with the chakra system or the energy centers, um, and if you're not, well, it's a good time to learn. With the chakra centers, they're the energy centers. It's the idea of our light body, our energy body. They're connected to, it's sort of what creates the physical experience, the physical form. There's a lot of energy associated with that. But the pineal gland, I work with clients, and we run energy to the pineal gland, which obviously, if you actually realize where it is, it's basically, if you were to go to the center of your head and through the center, it would be the cross point between them. So down and in. And that gland, it's very tiny. It's a very tiny gland. But it is the gateway to mystical experiences, to blissful experiences, and it will really allow you to soften and open up, and maybe see the world a little differently. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's a wonderful experience. Uh, it does a lot more than what I'm telling you right now. It's related to a lot of systems in the body, but it's also something that is activated. Like, so when you're waking up or falling asleep, you enter a theta state, and that theta state is kind of that dreamy in-between place. and there's a lot that goes on there. I am not a neuroscientist. I read about it, I play with it, I study it, and I practice with these methods. But hopefully in the next year, I'll have a better grasp on how to actually explain it if anybody wants to hear it. There are people far more versed in it than I am, and they'll get you pointed to a deeper understanding. But I work with how to actually apply it. How do we access that? Um, so those are the acupressure points that I want to share with you. So now I would like to focus on some Qigong. Qigong is related, it's sort of the foundation that some of these practices came out of, some of these discoveries came out of. And it's a traditional Chinese form of healing, and with the idea that qi is energy. So qigong is Qigong, or Chigong, depending on who you're reading. And it is something I've been doing for a couple of months now. Like, I've known about it for years and have played around with it in different seasons of my life, but have been doing it very steadily and really diving in, really applying it to my own life, and just can't speak highly enough of it. It's so effective for so many things, including raising your energy, raising your vibration, getting out of your own way. Okay. So, yeah, Qigong. So I want to share with you the face wash. It's also called an energy shower, or a, well, you'll get the idea. So what we're doing is we're using it. Some people use it to wash off energy, the energy of other people, of the environment that you've come out of or that you're in. It's a simple, incredibly relaxing technique. And you just feel, I mean, for me, it's the best thing I do. I use it between clients to sort of separate sessions. It is a protection method sometimes, if you do energy work. So anyways, let me show it to you. So when you rub your hands together, I'm showing you this. You wouldn't have to rub your hands together. There are other ways to activate chi, but or life force energy. But so you rub your hands together, and now feel your hands. You feel some sensation, some tingling. If not, keep rubbing them. That you're feeling is the chi really activated, really popping, you know. And so you can actually pull the chi, stretch it, feel it. There is a form of energy between your hands right here. So with these hands, place them on the face, and we're going to go over, you're going to mess up your hair, down to the occipital ridge, which is the base of your skull. You're going to run that back up and over. I'm going to adjust my camera. Actually, I did this a few minutes ago on a live presentation. All right, so here we go. Face over the down. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't know I had a chair there. Here we go. Face. Breathing up and over, down, and as we stand, we're going down, back of the body, you're hitting the kidneys, down your back of your legs, up the front of the legs, up the front of the legs, up and over, across the wrists, and repeat that. We go again. Down the backs of the legs. Now we do this 3 times. Down the chest, around the back, down the backs of your legs, the front of your toes, up the body, up, cross over, turn the wrists, there. And as we end, we come back to this. We're going to bring the hands up, and you're going to let the head, just let your hands cradle your head. Just let it relax. Thumbs in the occipital sockets. Down. And there you go. All right. All right. So breathing. Breathing techniques are really powerful for resetting the body, for releasing stress and anxiety. And it's something you can do, pretty much anywhere. I used to use these all the time when I worked in an office. I found them quick and easy. Go to the restroom, go into a private stall, you could do them. Even if sitting at a cubicle or you're in your car or walking at lunch, wonderful practice to do. So you might have heard of this if you've done yoga or pranayama techniques. So breath blocking, you inhale for 4, exhale, inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. And this was shared with me by a yoga teacher, and it's just really, really powerful for especially when breathing is difficult for you. So it's not 4 seconds either. It's just a count of 4. So you're just keeping them even, right? So 4, inhale, hold, exhale. Repeat, inhale, hold, exhale. One more time, inhale, hold, exhale. All right. The next one is similar, but the exhale is 7 counts. So you're really exhaling that stagnant energy, stagnant air that's in your bloodstream and in your body, and that's going to invigorate you. It's also these trigger responses in your body that just immediately are going to relax the body. You may not feel it if you're really tense, really tight, or if you're really amped up, you may feel it that much faster. But it's hard to say. You're just gonna have to play with these. There's not right ways or wrong ways to. Well, I mean, there's effective ways and there's less effective ways, but you're gonna find that for yourself by playing with these. Okay, so let's do 4, 4, and 7. Okay, so that looks like inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Okay, and the last breathing technique that I want to share with you is called fire breathing. And what fire breathing does is really oxygenates the bloodstream. really ramps up your energy, because probably if you're stressed, you're fatigued, man, you are sluggish, you are tight, you are just not feeling very good, right? So this is a way to really get that oxygen in your blood, and it might feel a little uncomfortable at first. You don't want to do this for more than 5 or 6 repetitions because you will get lightheaded. But it's really like inhaling rapidly and exhaling completely, and you're doing it in just a rapid fire. And I don't do it anywhere as rapidly as some people, but I encourage you to look at for other videos on this. So here we go. It's not pretty, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. So it's, oh, and you're doing it inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling through the mouth very rapidly. So and when you're exhaling way down deep, deep from the belly, getting all that air out. Got a little head rush there. So you can do that once or twice. I wouldn't advise doing it more than that. Certainly not in the beginning. But yeah, getting oxygen, moving that energy in your system, and softening and releasing. That's what it's all about. So a couple other helpful tools. Essential oils are fantastic. This is the final tip I want to share with you, essential oils. So most people are aware of lavender as being a really helpful tool for stress, de-stressing. You know, you put a little in your bath water, or you drop some on your hands, just 1 drop. That's all you need, 1 drop on your hands. You may want to use a carrier oil so that it's not as harsh on your skin. But yeah, you do that, and then you just inhale. Really basic aromatherapy technique. You can use a diffuser, you can put it in a sachet. Like I said, I use a little teddy bear that was made for essential oils. It's actually a cow, a stuffed cow, and that teddy bear, or that stuffed cow, her name is what's her name? Lulu, or Bessie. Anyways, I'm drawing a blank, but Lulu Moo Moo, that's what I call her. Anyways, you can find these stuffed animals. People say they're for kids, but they're pretty fantastic for grown-ups too, especially if you like sleep weird. It's great support. So better than a pillow. So anyways, all that to say, there's different brands. You know, doTERRA is a nice brand. Floracopia has wonderful, wonderful scents. There's 2 that I found. Really, just find one that smells good to you. You know, this is a little one I picked up down in Florida a while back. You know, it was a lavender shop. The whole place was lavender. But some people are sensitive to lavender. I know some people who are allergic to it. So there are other scents. Frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense is wonderful for the brain, and it really clears out the brain fog. So it's very high frequency oil, very, very elevated. The vibrational quality of it, and it's bliss. And you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, and that's okay either way. I love it. My wife despises it, so you know, whatever, you're gonna find the one that works for you. But there's a clary sage. I have not smelled that. I'm not familiar with it, but I see a lot of recommendations for it. Tulsi basil. And sweet basil, which, as I understand it, they're different plants entirely, not like a different species, but vetiver. So anyways, different ones that you can try out. And yeah, I think that's it. If you have questions about any of this or you need resources, let's talk. I'm happy to share with you what I can. I have a document that shares the Qigong YouTube channels that I follow and actually do my own routines from, some books, uh, some great articles for these acupressure points with diagrams. So I'm happy to share all of that. Reach out to me. So finally, let me just say a couple things. Um, I had chronic anxiety for about 3 years in my mid to late 30s. And I had been a meditator for many years. So a lot of people are familiar with this, they're aware of this. But, anyways, I ended up finally being able to connect the dots between meditation and mindfulness practices um, one night and breaking down the mental story from the physical experience. And then that triggered a whole sort of unwinding, is what I called it. And so I wrote a book about it, Unwinding Anxiety. You can get that on Amazon. And while I may have moments of stress, just like all of us, like being super productive, having a lot to get done, um, it, or the occasions when I go on vacation and have one too many umbrella drinks, not so often anymore. But the methods that I describe in there were my experience, the practices that I used to really truly dismantle anxiety in my life. So all of these techniques are great for when you're stressed. I got about a million more of them I can share with you. Anyways, uh, if these methods don't work for you and you find yourself needing a little more, I do quantum touch energy healing, and that is a really beautiful tool, healing process where it activates your inner healer. So when you're ready, truly ready to release situations and blocked energy and just all the things that we carry around inside of us on so many levels and layers, that's what I'm here for. I like to give people as many tools as I can so that they can try to handle these things uh, on their own. But I tell you, I regularly get energy run for me. I visit different practitioners, different modalities, um, and either to learn from them or to work with them or to experience their modality. And so most of my clients, regardless of what they're here for, regardless of what I work with them on, it is almost always a very relaxing, releasing experience. So I'd love to talk with you more if that's of interest to you. Otherwise, that's it. That's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and let's just stay in touch. Thank you.